come meet me and let's go on an adventure together. Um, And another note to add is Reese is considered a playgroup rock star at the shelter. He's great with other dogs, puppies, loves the water. And he is also a longtime shelter resident. He's been there for 2 years, so he was there before we took over. Okay, moving on to statistics. Animal intakes. The last month we took in 56 animals, 10 cats, 44 dogs, and 2 chickens. You can see on your sheets the breakdown for strays, surrenders, and such. Moving to animal outcomes. 55 animals left the shelter, 45 dogs and 8 cats and 2 chickens. Let's see, we had 17 animal adoptions, 4 cats and 11 dogs. 6 dogs returned to owners, 12 dogs transferred out and 2 cats transferred out, and 17 euthanasias, 15 dogs and 2 cats. Moving on to just other news. At the shelter, we currently have 61 dogs on site. 30 of those are puppies under 3 months. We have 45 dogs in foster or foster to adopt. We have 20 cats at the shelter, 12 are kittens. We have 9 in foster or foster to adopt. Earlier this month, the weekend of August 7th through the 8th, Animal Balance was here, and we, in partnership with the SPCA of Lake County, Animal Balance, and generously supported or sponsored by Wine Country Animal Lovers. We had a targeted high volume, high quality spay and neuter clinic specifically for Clearlake residents. And over the course of 3 days, completed 186 surgeries, 56 female cats, 61 male cats, 38 female dogs, and 31 male dogs. And then alongside the spay and neuter, more than 300 vaccines were also administered, generously donated by Petco Love. We want to recognize and thank all of the local volunteers who poured their hearts into that weekend. And at the end of the month, we will have a booth again. It's the 3rd time we visited the 6th annual Blackberry Cobbler Fest. It's on Saturday, August 29th from 10 to 6 p.m. We'll have some puppies there and our free raffle, and also a fundraiser selling ceramics. We do it every year. So look for that Facebook post for more information. Any questions? With more high volume spay and neuter, yeah, sure. Just need funding.
Right. That wasn't a leading gut question.
Well, I think there's been a tremendous improvement in the community and the city, and we thank you for everything that you're doing over there at the shelter, because it means a lot.
Thanks.
So you're doing good work.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Good.
Lots to do. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Well, good evening. My name is Michael Boyle. I am a resident of the city of Clearlake. I'm a property owner within the city of Clearlake. I'm a senior citizen, and I have a history with the Highlands Senior Center going back nearly 30 years. I first met my wife in the old Gulf and Lakeshore Drive facility, and we have been together ever since. I've seen their operations from in the kitchen, out on the road with delivering Meals on Wheels. They do a tremendous job. They have been able to function and pivot and maneuver with 0 funding, and yet they still fulfill their mission. What I have to say to you is please be careful, because sometimes decisions have unintended consequences and there is collateral damage if they are not thought through. There are people in this city who desperately rely on the services of this organization. And this organization has proven itself for decades. It is a shining star in the city of Clearlake. And for what they can do with the little that they have to work with, it is grounds for a proclamation in and of itself. So I know that the city has its own business. The city, there are levels and, you know, moving parts that the public is not aware of. But I would just caution you all, please be aware of unintended consequences. This organization has proven itself, is vitally valuable, and thank you for your time.
Mike, okay, do you have a similar comment, I presume, ma'am?
Different, yes, in the same.
No,
it's different person.
Linda, please. One at a time. I'll call you.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to me tonight. My name is Linda Scholler Boyle. Used to be Linda Burton, worked at the Highland Senior Center for 25 years. The history of the senior centers, they became a program serving Clearlake in 1977 through North Coast Opportunities. In 1983, they achieved nonprofit status and started serving people at 14773 Lakeshore Drive. I've worked for the Highland Senior Center for 25 years, from 1989 through 2015, as the executive director for the last 10 years. The Area Agency on Aging dietitian began recommending we remodel or find a newer facility in the late 1990s. The city of Clearlake was able to receive a $36,000 grant to prove that we needed a new senior center in Clearlake. The funding was obtained to build a new senior center facility due in large part to the services being provided by the Highland Senior Service Center and the assessed needs in and around the city of Clearlake. We moved in 2001 with a lease with the city. We never filled out an RFP with the city. We had a lease. We had contracts that providing senior services with the Area Agency on Aging and other grants. These supportive services are vital to helping seniors continue to live independently with dignity and respect. One questions I have, why is the city wanting to put out an RFP? Are they going to now offer the Highland Senior Center or another entity funds to provide services to seniors? Why were these problems not discussed with the Highland Senior Center Executive Director and the board? I would really like to have some answers, and I'm not saying I want an answer tonight. I'm saying I want you to think about this and let us know. And I, in closing, would like to challenge every member of the city council to volunteer for this Highland Senior Service Center and find out firsthand what services are being provided to the seniors of Clearlake.
Please. I will stop the meeting. Please refrain. We're here to listen to public comment.
And the surrounding community. Thank you so much.
You're
for
welcome.
your time
Thank you.
and attention.
Next person is Jean Yannick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, members of the council and city manager. My name is Jean Yanich, and I stand before you tonight to speak on behalf of our community and the Highland Senior Center. The center is not just a building or an operational line item. It is a vital lifeline. It provides irreplaceable resources, daily fellowship, and essential programs that enrich the lives of our local seniors. The sudden decision to issue a request for proposal has sent shockwaves through our neighborhood, leaving vulnerable seniors, dedicated volunteers, and hardworking staff living in fear of losing the programs and livelihoods that they depend on. It is heartbreaking to see a thriving community pillar subjected to this kind of instability. While I understand the financial pressures surrounding the building lease costs, Fiscal responsibility must never come at the expense of our elders. Issues of this nature could and should have been resolved collaboratively through open dialogue with the Senior Center Board rather than through a disruptive, cold public process. Most disheartening of all is the alarming lack of respect shown to Joyce after 20 years of selfless, tireless dedication to this city. She and our senior community deserve loyalty, honor, and appreciation, not to be sidelined or blindsided. I strongly urge this council to pause this RFP immediately and restore the trust of the people you serve by choosing total transparency, genuine respect, and constructive dialogue. Our seniors deserve nothing less. I would also like to mention a council meeting that took place 18 months ago, and I was here that night, when a motion was made and passed to rename the center the Joyce Overton Community Center. When can we expect the sign to reflect these changes? Thank you very much.
Please. Can you guys please restrain for clapping every time? That would be helpful. Thank you. Carolyn? Huh? It's a game now.
My name is Carolyn Dabney, and I'm here because I work at the Clearlake Senior Center, and I know Joyce Overton. Joyce is a woman who works tirelessly for the seniors in our community and for anyone in need. She doesn't just talk about helping the community, she lives it. She works hard to make the senior center a welcoming place to come and a place that provides a delicious and balanced meal for those who may only get one meal a day, and they get it at our facility. Between people who come to the facility for lunch, people who pick up a meal and bring it home, and Meals on Wheels, we serve over 1,000 meals a week. We also have lots of activities. We provide a place for the community to interact, feeding both the body and the soul. Depriving the community of the center, even for a short time, would hurt our community and our seniors. Depriving the center of Joyce would deprive everyone of the heart and soul of our senior center. Please do not allow this to happen. You would be hurting so many who have nowhere else to go. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Go to Barbara Gucci. Excuse me? Please state your name.
Nellie Ramsey.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Nellie and I serve as the office manager and program coordinator at the Highlands Senior Center. My connection to the Senior Center is very personal. My parents were both disabled and seniors themselves, homebound due to illness. Caring for them showed me how that can affect someone very seriously. And reflecting back to the community and the Senior Center, we provide so many services that are very, very important to these people. And it is very upset to see that it might change and it might cause harm. It is critical that the center and services remain protected. The stability and familiarity and trust built within the building greatly matter. Much of this stability exists because of Joyce Overton, whose leadership has expanded our goals and strengthened our ability to offer essential programs. These are examples of services we provide: daily exercise classes, learning classes, and the community garden. Joyce has supported volunteer groups, disabled individuals to volunteer and participate, and special events like Judge's Breakfast, Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, New Year's dinner, and an open door policy where no one is turned away. They are never turned away. The Highlands Senior Center is a cornerstone of support where people can find connection, purpose, and independence. I am asking the city respectfully to recognize the expanded foundation of this senior center and ensure that this continues as a dedicated, protected, and stable environment for the individuals who rely on it and depend on it every single day. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark? Anand?
Hi, my name is Mark Anand. I want to bring out that in many ways, Joyce Overstein and the Highland Community Center has benefited my 20 years in Clear Lake. And here's a couple of reasons. By helping manage the garden section, I and other members of the garden continue the center's kitchen by supplying tomatoes, squashes, fruits and berries, melons, and various spices. Because of Joyce's inspiration of a larger pump, the increased pressure of the well water has resulted in a massive increase of produce. Produce that greatly helps creating various entrees for seniors who need help in their food budget. For these reasons and many others, the city's Highland Community Center is a positive impact for the Clear Lake seniors. But the center's dissolution would be potentially catastrophic for many.
Thank you. Michelle Allen?
Hello. Hi. I'm good to go? Okay. All right. Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council and city staff. My name is Michelle Allen. I am a resident of Clear Lake and the president of the Highlands Senior Center Board. And I'm going to try hard not to repeat because I hear a lot of things that are in mine as well. So I will skip through some. But basically, I'm here tonight to respectfully ask the City of Clear Lake to halt or withdraw the proposed request for proposal for operation of the city-owned senior center and continue its partnership with Highlands Senior Center. During the last fiscal year, Highlands Senior Service Center served 1,002 unduplicated seniors and provided more than 68,000 meals through Meals on Wheels and congregate dining. The center also provides much more than meals. It offers wellness and exercise programs, social activities, information, and assistance, technology education, pet support, and community resources and emergency assistance. Meals on Wheels drivers do more than deliver food. For some homebound seniors, the drivers may be the only person that they see that day. Drivers provide a friendly face, a safety check, and a reconnection to help when something is wrong. This program has helped save lives. Literally, it has helped save people's lives. We respectfully ask the City Council to take 3 actions. First, we ask that you respectfully halt or withdraw the proposed RFP for senior center services. Second, continue the city's lease and partnership with Highland Senior Service Center. And third, please meet directly with the senior center, its families, the board. Come down and meet us and sit with us. Be proactive in that too. We would love to have you there. We really would. You can also address any concerns and help us identify ways to strengthen the community's Highland Senior Center and not to just strip it away because supposedly a complaint came in or whatever. Come talk to us about it. Maybe we can work together and collaborate. Our seniors deserve stability, dignity, safety, and continuity. Highland Senior Service Center has earned this community's trust through 49 years of dedication service. So please preserve this proven partnership and keep Highland Senior Service Center serving our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Susan Scott?
Good evening. I'm here to say that I'm new to the area. We've been here 5 years. And not knowing anyone or anything and being a senior, the first place I looked for was a senior center. What I found was not just a place for meals, but I was able to start developing friendships. And when you come from a big city into a rural area, it's very disconcerting. This helped settle me. And Joyce and Andrea and all the folks that work there give more than just what their job is and what they do. So putting out for proposals really unnerved everyone. And it's not understood why and what was the impetus of this reaction. It feels like the center's being pulled out from underneath. So if you could address that concern, and maybe it can be worked through if it's a revenue issue of renting the facility to other people. There are ways of working together. And I would really ask you to consider that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no more, anybody else from the public that wants to speak, and we're going to limit it now to 2 minutes, okay? Because we don't want to be here all evening. So, and if you just want to concur with previous
It has
speakers.
nothing to do with any of what they spoke with, completely different matter.
Okay, good.
Okay, all right, so I did email all of you guys a kind of a sheet to where it looked at the code enforcement issues that I've been having. I also spoke with the city manager last year about what's going on at this piece of property. This code enforcement case has been open for over a year now. There's only been 3 violations put onto the property. The property is got a construction trailer that has been cut in half. They're put a window in it. There's AC units running in these trailers, or whatever you want to call them, sheds. People are literally living in them. I've expressed this to code enforcement numerous times. I don't know who needs AC units running in a shed that holds stuff that doesn't need to be cool. And why would they listen to someone say that it was made for their children to be playing video games? I do have videos and pictures at 11 o'clock at night. There's lights on in these trailers. Today, before I came here, I walked over there. I have video of those AC units running. So my question to you guys as city council members, what is considered a living quarters? You can go and request the body cam footage. I did ask Alan Flory to look at it before. He told me he didn't want to. This was about a year ago. So I'm at the brinks of coming to you guys to ask. I've been patient for over a year. I started this in June of 2025. We're almost in September of 2026. Violations have been open that long. I don't know if that's normal for the city of Clearlake. And for the simple fact that I have came in and I gave them the fact that the people do not own the property. It's still in the deceased person's proper name. I have no probate opening. I also have the Lake County tax bill with me. I have the grant deed that still shows it's in her name. So if they were to actually red tag the place, no matter what, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, she said you sent an email. All right, anybody else that wants to address the council? Again, if you,
Right over there.
go ahead, Barbara. Just line up over there, no?
Hi. Thank you for listening, being here tonight and sitting through these meetings week after week or month after month. My name is Barbara Christwitz. I live in Clearlake on Vista Street. What I wanted to say, just a little bit slant, a different slant, is that the Highland Senior Center has a garden, and the garden has a well. And in times of fire, it's good to have all the water we can get. And so that's one more great reason to keep the center open and working for our fire protection here in this city. Thank you.
Thank you. Again.
Hello, my name is Danda Bosworth. I think I've lived here about 11 or 12, 13 years, something like that. I have been driving Meals on Wheels for 8.5, I believe. And I was welcomed in. I am the one who goes to these places along with some of the other volunteers. There are times that I've gone in where I have found people who have had a stroke. The first one to call 911. I have come in and I have found dead people. I have come in and found people that have no food in their fridge. I am the one who asks them, do you have help? I'm the one who goes back and reports back to the senior center on what they need. I just found a gentleman that is in an apartment. He has no ramp. He's in a wheelchair. He cannot get out of that ramp. I got the manager's number. I made sure I gave it to them. They're in the process of trying to figure that out because he is stuck in his house. He has no one to visit him. People cry when I come to visit because they don't see anybody else. And and after all these years, I have a relationship with all of them, and it's just the most amazing, it's the most amazing thing because we are going out there to our grandparents, to our parents and our grandparents and their parents, right? These are the people that raised us, These are generations that would be a dishonor to cut any funding to these people who need it. We are out there. We are doing so much in there and exercise class and there's a bingo class. They are, like the lady said, they're making friends. Come on, we need friends. We can't just stay at home, right? We got to get out there. And they're going to those senior centers, looking for it, like that woman said, because she knows there's a safe place. Thank you.
Thank you. Next person. Next person.
Hello, my name is Jerry Thomas. I'm retired and I bought my first property here 26 years ago. And I've been going to Highland Senior Center for many years. And recently in the last few days, we collected 755 signatures in favor of Highland Senior Center to continue operations at this community center. And I'd just like to submit this to the clerk.
Thank you. The clerk is at the other end over there. Thank you. Next person.
Hello, I am Catherine, and I am the lead for the chair yoga class, which meets every Monday and Thursday, 10:30 to 11:30 at the Senior Center. Our participants range in age from their 60s to their 90s. This class has been meeting for approximately 15 years. Studies show that seniors don't often exercise on their own and need a place to meet to encourage exercise. In this group, we take turns leading an exercise, with many bringing therapy recommended exercises to share, which benefit all. Our exercises focus on dexterity, breathing, flexibility, stretching, eye-hand coordination through simple exercises, flex bands, and stress balls. Many of us have physical limitations, and all we ask is that you do what you can. Susan, who has nerve deficit due to multiple sclerosis, and whose doctor told her she must exercise, depends on the class. Judy and Linda, who is pre-diabetic, were told by their doctors they must exercise. Bill, who had a stroke 6 years ago, has benefited greatly with his coordination. These are just a few of our participants. Not only do we exercise for our health and well-being, but the class has also allowed us to develop close friendships, which is critical for seniors, as socializing and keeping active keeps us healthy, alert, and allows us to thrive. Exercise is one of the many benefits offered by the Senior Center. The support of the center is vital to our community, and this class supports the center. Thank you.
Thank you. Next person.
My name is Kathy Plowman. I live here in Clear Lake, and I'm going to be a little bit more negative. Joyce has done a really great job, and she should stay where she's at. But once you guys get your teeth into something, it's a done deal. This is not going to matter what these people say. They can get up here, they can stand on their head. Once you guys do it, but you can in the future, you can get rid of these people. They're not doing what they should be doing. Vote them out. And they should not be allowed to sit more than 2 times. That should be on the ballot. They should vote them out. And that's all I have to say, because
Thank you.
it doesn't matter what you guys.
Thank you. Next person, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joyce Adams. I've lived in Clear Lake for 32 years now, and I've been associated with the Senior Center since 2014. I've held just about every job there as a volunteer. I've run the thrift store for them. I really believe in the Senior Center providing necessary services for our seniors. I'm not going to reiterate what everyone else said. I concur with what everybody else said. One thing that no one has bothered to mention is that we, the Highland Senior Center, can relocate to another building, but that would involve massive disruption in services, and seniors actually hate change of any kind, and it would be very disruptive for them and very harmful. So this is one option that we're looking at. We don't want to do it, but we're not going to give up our position as the Senior Center. So please consider the services we provide. Please think about all the things these people have said. We actually do these things. We actually save people's lives. We actually help them to be productive and healthy members, more so. Our food is excellent. Our services are excellent. And please, again, I invite all of you, come and see what we do. Come and spend an hour or so, have lunch, look at the facility over, see some of our classes. We have tech classes. We have every kind of card clubs, chess clubs, everything for a senior. So it's an open invitation. And I hope you also should know that nearly 20% of Clear Lake residents are over 65 and 23% are from 45 to 64 years of age. So we're a big group, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next person.
You all know me. I'm Pastor Chris Graveson of the Nazarene Church. I don't want to take up a lot of time. I have some prepared notes that I worked an hour and a half on, and everything I have ready has already been said. I concur so strongly, but I also want to add that my entire church, half of my church is here in support of Joyce and of the Senior Center. And our entire church has supported the Senior Center for years and served at the Thanksgiving meal and the Christmas meals. And Joyce is a member of my congregation. And I just strongly want to concur with everything was said and say, I would ask you please to not put this item on the agenda.
Great, thank you. Next person.
Good evening, Council. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Dan Kuhn. I have a little different slant. I'm a resident of Hidden Valley Lake, and I visit the Clear Lake Senior Center, Highland Senior Center, at least once a week for exercise purposes. Since I'm in Clear Lake, after I partake of the activities of the center, I spend money here off downtown somewhere. So I'm bringing in revenue and to Clear Lake, just a little different perspective. Would I come to Clear Lake without the Highlands Senior Center? Probably not. So I just wanted to give that kind of perspective. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any additional comments from the public here?
Hi, my name's Dean Clark. I had a comment regarding the last meeting with the ad hoc committee for the vacation rentals. I didn't know if that was going to be followed through. Also, I just wanted to share, my heart is with the seniors here in the city of Clear Lake. And it sounds like they're just looking for some clarity and transparency from city council. And I would like to mention to the president of, the senior center, to also include candidates that are running for city council as well, in case y'all don't feel like they're doing their job correctly, which I think you all do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any additional comments? One more? Okay.
Good evening.
Just address the podium, please. sir.
Good evening. My name is Randall Cole, and I've had a relationship with Clearlake for about 72 years. And I've had a relationship with the senior center for quite some time. I've done events. I am the CEO of the Coltrane Transformation Station. We bring kids together, positivity parties. We bring seniors together. We have seniors dancing with kids. We bring training together. That is a hub for Clearlake. If you take that away, not only do you damage the citizens, but you damage the relationship. If you bring a new person in to run it, look at the people that we're gonna lose. They've had a relationship. You can go anywhere in Lake County and people know Joyce Overton and the work she does at the senior center. So I ask you to please consider, don't rush into anything. Please consider not only the financial, but the damage that will be done to the community, because it's really about the people. Let's serve the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any more comments? Any more comments? Please turn your phones up, whoever that is.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Margaret Garcia. I live in the city of Clear Lake. I'm a property owner. And I feel like I've missed a year of meetings or something. I don't know what's going on, but I certainly hope you guys aren't planning on shutting this facility down. Joyce was a member of this city council for years, dedicated member. So I would think that anything you guys are considering would be something that you would discuss with her. If this happens, if something like this happens, I'll tell you what, Mr. Mayor, I know you get very impatient at these meetings. You guys do hard work up here, but I will consider running for city council and taking you out of here, because I think that you need to listen more. I think you're not made for this job any longer. So that's something I'm strongly considering after tonight's meeting. I also want to say regarding, I'm here like every meeting. My main issue, my big issue, I should say, is the paving of the streets in this town. Now, if I'm not going to take the opportunity of all these people here, if people live on a private road, you'll be waiting till the end of your time to get any kind of maintenance or repaving or asphalt on your road. I live on a not even a 200-yard stretch of Ewell Avenue that has been forgotten, neglected, not maintained, and I have big issues with that. So I suggest people in this town right at this meeting, look it up and find out why your street maybe is not getting paved. And I plan to do something about that. I'm not going to watch my street and my property value just plummet because of this. And I'm still waiting for a letter from Alan regarding, the case that I need a letter on so I can proceed with what I need to do. All right, Alan? Thank you.
Mr. Flora, did you have anything to say about the general? If no more comments, we'll close public meeting and we'll ask people in Zoom. Is there anybody on Zoom, Madam Clerk?
There are no comments on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
One person? Okay, well, come on forward, sir.
My family has been in Clearlake.
Would you please state your name first, sir?
My name is Brian Lackey. I've been in Clearlake my whole life. My family has owned here for over 60 years. Older than a lot of you sitting up here. I haven't seen it. I enjoy living at Clearlake, and I want nothing to happen to the senior center, as I really look forward for when I turn 60 years old that I could go there. Very nice people that work there. Great food that they give me. They are very lovely. I think nothing should be happening to that senior center. It's a great place to go and a lot of nice people that work there. And I really look forward to going there every day. You know, I haven't seen none of you folks there. Have I? I know some of you got to be 60 years old and can go. So I would encourage you to go there and see what it's all about. It's a great place. Like I said, I go there every single day that I can go there and I love it. And food is fantastic. It's a really great place. And I hope that nothing does happen to it, because that's one of the reasons why I enjoy living in Clearlake. Like I said, my family has been here for 60 years, taxpayers. So you know what? I've seen a lot of changes come and I've seen a lot of changes go here. You know what? Clear Lake is a great place, and I hope that they don't let nothing happen to that senior center. Like I said, I get up and I look forward to going there. And I go there quite a bit. I see your guys' faces, so guess what? I'm gonna look to see if you ever show up there.
Thank you.
So I expect to see you guys there, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, anybody else? If not, we're gonna close public. Oh, one more. Oh, that's in my neighborhood.
I'm Anna Kane. Brian is my neighbor, and we go to the Senior Citizen Center greatly. I also do an exercise class there. It is a great place to meet new people. All the staff works very hard in cooking the meals, setting up the whole thing for the whole day for everybody. Sometimes they set up the tables, the chairs, they all work very hard. I think the place should not be closed. It should be left open because it is a place where people can go to. And some of these people that go there, they don't have a whole lot of life. They'll walk in there. They don't have nice clothes like everybody here, but they need a place to go to have a meal, because some of them are handicapped and some of them aren't. But I hope that it won't be closed. And then we do have a good staff that cooks great meals, and the Meals on Wheels. How can you not take, those workers that have to take the meal to the person's house? And there's some people that, like that lady said, they have nobody. So anyways, thank you, and I hope you keep it open.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? So, like one more.
Good evening. My name is Shauna Armstrong, and I am 67 years old. I participate with the senior center on a regular basis. I need it. Okay, I am not the wealthiest person in this world. I do not have the ability to get food on a regular basis, but Joyce Overton and the senior center helped me to do that. If I don't have the senior center to go to, I don't have life. And if you're going to affect my quality of life, you guys have all decided to do something wrong, because you don't have a right to affect quality of life. Okay, you won't allow me to affect someone's quality of life while I take care of them. You don't allow me to change things when I'm taking care of somebody. I follow the rules of Clearlake. This place needs to follow the rules of Clearlake, and that's be compassionate and loving towards the seniors. In the Bible, you're ordered to honor your elders. Ordered to. You don't get to just say yes. You're ordered to. Is anybody up here a Christian? Does anybody up here believe in God? Then do what's right with God. and honor your seniors and keep your senior center open, please.
Thank you. Next person, please.
Good evening. I was not going to speak. I'm Dr. Akila Elamine Markowski. And I remember Melissa from years ago. I used to attend the city council meeting religiously from 2002 to about 2016. I stopped coming about that time because I became very disillusioned with coming to the meetings. I was not going to speak today, but I decided that I would speak while I have this opportunity because I purchased my home in Lakeside Village in 2003. And I assumed that we were going to get our roads paved, our streets paved. They still have not been paved. Half of our subdivision was paved before the pandemic or right around that time. Someone came into our neighborhood maybe a year or so ago and said they were going to pave our streets. Our streets are still not paved. When I bought that house, I had nice streets. That's why I bought the house there. Our streets are falling apart. You all send somebody out to put crap on our streets. They're all lumpy and bumpy. My husband and I walk in our neighborhood. It looks terrible. We pay property taxes every year. I am not happy with not having our streets paved. When are they going to be paved? I don't want to hear about you don't have any money. I see streets that have been paved that were not on the list as far as I remember from the meeting that I came to a couple of years ago that talked about the streets. We want our streets paved before they continue to fall apart. We used to have a street sweeper that would come when I first bought the property. The neighborhood was nice. Some of it is still nice, some of it is falling apart. We want our streets paved. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next person. At a certain point, we're gonna stop the amount of people that can talk here, though. That's okay.
Hello to you guys. I'm Linda Safeli. I am 78 years old. I've been here in December, be 21 years. If I don't have the senior center, I won't have nothing because Joyce and the staff, Angela, everybody is so passionate. I had a very bad tremors and it happened at the senior center. Everybody gathered around me to see if I was okay. Got wet cloths. This is how much the senior center and the people in it care for the people at the center. So please don't close it down. I love the bingo. I do crafts on Thursday to help people. So it means very much to me. I know I'm nobody, but I am somebody and I support the senior center. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, one more.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Deborah White. I'm retired from the Lake County Office of Education. I'm also the administrator at Praises of Zion Baptist Church. I just want to say about Joyce's character. I've collaborated and worked with her through the school district. When I worked for the school district, she provides a lot of resources and community. She connects with community very well. She has people right now working in the senior center that are in disability programs, that are learning job skills and people skills. She also has, with us, with the church, she's allowed us to be out there serving the homeless for 4 years. We provide food, clothing, resources. And because of that, a lot of people have gotten housed. She's taken some of the homeless people into the senior center to work, giving them a sense of pride now. I know directly some of those people because they came out to our homeless outreach and then we worked with her. She brings coats for kids. She does so much for the community. She's really an asset. She's the jewel and the heart of the senior center. And I've worked with her for a long time in various capacities. And I know for a fact that she has a good heart and she's also, she's very organized. So she makes sure that everything's taken care of. She does the proper paperwork. Everything that she does is really efficient. And I just want to say that, you know, I've enjoyed collaborating with her over the years. And I'm very thankful that she's allowing us to be out there serving the homeless because there's such a need. We average about 50 people every time we're out there giving clothing, food, lunches, resources, tents, just letting them know that they're a human beings. So many of these people have been spit on and cussed out and just treated less like dogs. And so it's valuable to have that asset in the community to work with Joyce and to be able to minister into the homeless people here. And like I said, a lot of them have been benefited from it. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. All right. Any more public comment? I don't see anybody here. So we're going to close public comment and move on to the consent calendar. Anybody want to pull any items from the consent? If not, can I have a motion to approve the consent
I
calendar?
move to approve the consent agenda as presented. I'll second it.
Okay, we go now to new business.
So we vote.
Oh, everybody in favor?
Aye.
Move out to business items. Items number 6. First reading and adding Article 9.5 supplemental real estate property transfer disclosure to Chapter 9 of the Building and Housing Code of the Clear Lake Municipal Code. Mr. Flora.
Just wait.
Gonna wait.
Yeah.
What?
Like a minute or two.
We'll take a couple of minute break. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny.
All right. We'll reconvene here. Item number 6. Introduction and first reading.
Microphone, please.
There you go, gotcha.
Introduction and first reading of the ordinance 289-2026, adding Article 9-5 supplemental real estate property transfer disclosure to Chapter 9 of the Building and Housing Code of Clearlake Municipal Code. Mr. Flora.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, council members, I'll be fairly brief on this unless you have questions. We talked about this at the last council meeting. At the time, the council requested that we also add a disclosure related to the rental registration inspection program, which has been included. And then I can't recall if it was actually brought up at the last meeting, but there was some subsequent discussions about it may also be helpful to include a disclosure about the sort of utility situation here in Clearlake with the city not controlling any of the utilities and having separate water districts. So we added an additional one related to that. So there's 5 required disclosures if the council passes this ordinance. And I think with that brief overview, I'd be happy to address any questions the council has.
I think we all got a copy of a email from a local realtor in town. So.
Well, I should address that a little bit. There was actually an earlier version of the ordinance that was a little confusing related to the rental registration. And so the version that you have before you tonight is further clarified and I think addresses some of the concerns in that email.
Okay. All right. Any questions from staff or staff? If not, we open it to the public. Anybody from the public has a comment on this item? If not, bring it back to the council for action.
Speak up or let us sit closer,
Okay. Well, definitely will. Madam Clerk, was there anybody on Zoom on this item?
There are no comments on the Zoom.
Okay, we'll bring it back to the council. Does anybody want to make a motion to approve this resolution?
Yeah, I'll just make a quick comment. From a realtor standpoint, I think this is a great document for the city to provide to people who are coming into the city purchasing property. We hear over and over, people don't understand the road situation, so this will give them a clear, hopefully they'll read it. That's one thing that is kind of hard with disclosure packets. People sign them, they don't always read them, but this is just going to be one more opportunity for them to be made aware that they could be purchasing a home on a private road. They can reach out to the city and find out what that means. And again, we heard at the last meeting that a gentleman wasn't aware of his utilities. So this again says that the city does not provide sewer or water utility service. So I think it's a really valuable document for people coming in. And then we needed to throw in everything else, rental registration ordinance, and then the short-term rental ordinance. Just want everybody purchasing property in Clearlake to be fully aware of their responsibilities and obligations or lack thereof, so.
A question in that regard, Councilmember Hooton, you're the expert here. Would the things that the realtor we got the letter from said to include that in a packet that?
So the Lake County the Lake County Association of Realtors has their own packet that they've put together. It could be included in that. That packet's already over 10 pages long. So I personally think it's better to have it separated out, especially that is specific to Clearlake. It might take a little bit of work to make sure that we get it to the realtors, but we can still work with the association to have it attached and in some form or another to make it available to all the brokerages locally that, they can make sure that it's attached and a part of their transaction checklist.
Okay, fair enough.
Sounds good. All right. Anybody want to make a motion?
Find that.
I can. You want to do it?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Okay, I gotta find it.
Yeah.
I move to approve the introduction of the first reading of ordinance 289-2026, adding Article 9-5 supplemental real property transfer disclosures to Chapter 9, Building and Housing of the Clearlake Municipal Code.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
I,
Aye.
do we have to do a roll call on that?
Roll call's not necessary.
Okay. We'll go to item number 7. Consideration of resolution 2026-31, authorizing application for acceptance of and execution of documents related to the Community Resilience Center Round 2 Planning Grant for the Burns Valley Recreation and Community Resilience Center Planning Project. Mr. Flora.
Director Leba will provide a brief update.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Tonight, the city council is being asked to adopt a resolution authorizing the city to submit an application to the California Strategic Growth Council for a Community Resilience Center Round 2 Planning Grant. The city proposes to apply for planning funds for the future Burns Valley Recreation and Community Resilience Center. The outdoor Burns Valley Sports Complex is separate, more advanced capital phase with design work and existing construction funding. The proposed recreation center is included in the broader Burns Valley campus concept, but remains at the conceptual stage and does not yet have complete construction documents or a dedicated capital funding source. This planning grant would allow the city and its partner or partners to prepare an implementation-ready package for future year-round recreation and resilience facility. Some of the activities include community engagement with priority populations, formation of a collaborative governance structure, facility programming and schematic design, analysis of a commercial kitchen, food storage and distribution, medical refrigeration, ADA accessibility, clean air and cooling functions, backup power and emergency supplies, coordination with Lake County emergency management personnel, and transportation and shuttle planning, operating and maintenance planning, and a future capital funding strategy. This process may evaluate only one city-owned Burns Valley campus with primary public-facing recreation and resilience center and a nearby supporting structure for emergency storage, refrigeration, distribution, logistics, and other complementary functions. This grant would determine the most appropriate configuration and would not commit the city to construction or to a final building arrangement. Staff recommends that City Council adopt resolution number 2026-31, authorizing the CRC Round 2 Planning Grant application and related actions. Thank you.
Any questions?
If I could just add on to that super briefly. So we applied for funding through the EPA for the recreation center itself a few years ago. That was under the Biden administration. That program was canceled under the Trump administration. And we see this, so this is a state project. There's state funding source. We feel like this might be a really good way to get the rec center funded. While I don't like really to sort of slow things down in some ways and do like a planning grant like this is, they like to fund construction of projects that have been through their planning grant process. And so I think, you know, in this case, it makes a lot of sense. It's a lead in to that.
All right. Anybody from the public wants questions on this? All right, Margaret.
Margaret Garcia, City of Clearlake. I'll only take a second. I'm just wondering, Alan, if this is in the same area and in the same geographical spot that the CEQA the suit is being done with the whole sports complex, Burns Valley. You know, it's great, the $500,000 grant, but if it's a grant for something that is really not even feasible, it's just pie in the sky, you guys are going to still be in court for another decade. So, I mean, maybe that grant money can be sourced and put somewhere else, some other way where it might be used for a better purpose with an outcome. So thank you.
Would you like me to address?
Yeah, Mr. Flora, could you please respond to that?
Yeah, so the lawsuit you mentioned, the city won that lawsuit in the state appellate court. So the CEQA is considered complete. And that did include not only the sports complex itself, but the rec center that we're talking about here. So the CEQA is 100% complete. There is no significant chance of any litigation related to the CEQA. It's done.
Right. Anybody else has some comments? Come on.
My name's Stephanie, and I'm from Clearlake, and I just didn't understand where the rec center was, if it's not a part of the sports arena, but is that something that's gonna be built, or is that already established? The building, as far as the rec, I guess just the rec center is what my main question is. Thank you.
Mr. Flora, could you respond?
Yeah, so this is all part of the overall design of the sports complex. We just haven't had funding up to this point to, we still need funding to complete the sports complex itself, but there is a spot reserved for the recreation center in the sports complex plan. And so this would move us towards being able to get the funding to actually construct that. And for context, I mean, what we have planned would be at least twice the size of the senior community center.
Anybody else? Anybody on Zoom, Madam Clerk?
There are no comments on the Zoom.
All right, we'll bring it back to the council. Any more questions or deliberation, or do we have a motion?
Is there comments?
Are there comments?
First you can tell me if I shouldn't ask this question, but Margaret said, can the money, something about using the money somewhere else. This is a planning grant that can only be used for planning. Is that correct, Mr. Flora?
That is correct. And it's specifically to be used for community resiliency centers. This is really focused on responding to climate related impacts. Of course, no one envisions building a center simply for that. And so this is the perfect sort of marriage of being able to, already the senior center is a great example. Obviously, we've been able to balance the needs of the seniors and using it as emergency shelter when appropriate. This would be the same type of setup.
All right. Anybody? Go ahead.
Can you turn on your microphone?
We're ready. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve and adopt resolution number 2026-31, authorizing the city of Clear Lake to apply for, accept, and execute documents related to the Community Resilience Center's Round 2 Planning Grant in the amount not to exceed $500,000 for the Burns Valley Recreation and Community Resilience Center Planning Project.
Okay,
I'll second that.
we have a motion and a second. Does this require a voice vote, Madam Clerk?
Voice vote is fine.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, move on to item number 8. Discussion of the 2026 League of California Cities Annual Conference Resolution Recommendations. I hope everybody had a chance to read those. Okay. Anybody wants to?
Would you like to have a staff report?
Yes, please.
Okay. Director Swanson will.
Honorable Mayor and council members, tonight you have before you resolution number 1 from the 2026 League of California Cities, or Cal Cities resolution packet. Council is to provide consensus and voting direction to the city's designated voting delegate, Mayor Slotin, and alternates, council members Hooten and Wilson, for the General Assembly vote on September 25th, 2026. So an overview of resolution number 1, which it directs Cal Cities to establish a statewide working group to explore and advance a state constitutional amendment, legislative reforms, or ballot initiatives aimed at restoring and strengthening local control over housing, zoning, and land use decisions. targeting the November 2030 election or another timeframe. It proposes restoring municipal control over general plans, density, design standards, and project approvals while preserving the state's authority to establish broad housing goals and enforce fair housing, building safety, and environmental laws. Proponents cite over 500 state housing laws which have passed since 2010, including ministerial approvals and builders' remedies provisions, arguing that state mandates override local planning without funding adequate infrastructure or accounting for local constraints like wildfire risks, water supply, and road capacity. So some key considerations comes from the Cal City staff analysis, including while local land use authority is rooted in constitutional police powers, state legislation preempts local authority when matters are declared of statewide concern. There are campaign costs. Statewide constitutional ballot initiatives require extensive resources, historically costing millions to qualify and campaign. And policy alignment. The intent does align with Cal City's longstanding policy platform of supporting local home rule and zoning authority. While this resolution has no direct fiscal impact on the city of Clearlake, and the council may move to direct their voting delegates to vote in favor, opposed, or abstain from resolution number 1 at the Cal City General Assembly.
So how should I vote? Yes?
Yes.
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 Okay. I will do so on Friday, the 25th at 8:30 in Anaheim.
So the action on the agenda says to give that direction by vote with a motion. Is that?
That is correct.
All right. Can I have a motion? I think we have public comment on that. We should have actually public. Anybody wants to have any comment on this from the public? If not, we'll bring it back to the council. Anybody on Zoom, Madam Clerk?
No comments on the Zoom.
Right, now we can go for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to delegate Mayor Slutin and alternates, Councilmember Hooton and Wilson for the Cal Cities General Assembly on Friday, September 25th. Is there anything else I need to include in that? To vote
In favor of the resolution.
in favor,
Of resolution number 1 of Cal City.
in favor of number 1, Cal Cities.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
No.
Do we have a second?
Yes.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll go to city manager report.
Okay.
Mr. Flora.
Yeah, just a few issues. I think you've all gotten updates on the candidates for city council election. Well, we have 5 candidates this time, and we'll be doing an orientation for any of the candidates that want to participate next week. There were no candidates that filed for the treasurer position. So as you know, we actually have a measure on the ballot to convert that to a position to be appointed by staff or just absorbed by city staff, really. So we're working through a few disclosures on that. The city attorney has to do one, and then the mayor filed one as well. Hopefully most of you enjoyed the drone show that we had a few weeks ago. It was great. I just wanted to let you know we used some software that we have, and there's nearly 3,000 people in the park to enjoy the show. So it was a really nice crowd that night. It was awesome. Looking forward to another big event on September 12th. It's a Day of Independence event that's really highlighting kind of Mexico's independence, a celebration of that. And so we've been fortunate to get a lot of sponsors for that event. So it's going to be nearly an all-day event like 4th of July. They'll be starting at 11 o'clock. Dancing horses, various bands and music all day, concluding with fireworks in the evening. So hopefully some of you can make it out for that. The only other thing I wanted to mention is related to opportunity zones. The city of Clear Lake has had 3 census tracts that were designated as opportunity zones during the first Trump administration. Essentially, the idea of opportunity zone is to allow disadvantaged communities such as Clear Lake to have a leg up on new investment. So it provides a path for an investor to defer capital gains taxes for a period of time, or potentially entirely for any money that was invested within that zone. We never had a project during the period up to this point that was able to take advantage of that, but it did drive a lot of interest to the city. The current Trump administration is looking at revising that, what they call Opportunity Zone 2.0. I think making some positive change to the program. However, they have asked the states to recommend which census tracts will be included in the new program. And so they had some revised criteria. There were 9 census tracts in Lake County that were eligible. The existing 3 that we have and 2 additional ones in the city. So you'll recall, we did talk about this previously. We actually agreed to do a joint letter with the 2 mayors and the chair of the board, asking the state to include all 9 of the tracks. They did come back and ask us to prioritize them in order, which we worked through. In the last couple of weeks, we got word that they have recommended just 2 census tracts in Lake County, 1 in Lakeport, and 1 in Clear Lake that is not currently included, and that is kind of north of Olympic Drive up to through the proposed annexation area and all that, which is something that we would like to have, but it's very disappointing to see the 3 existing ones, which include a lot of potentially really big projects that we're working on, to be excluded from that. The Board of Supervisors did take some action this week. I didn't get a chance to watch that item. I believe they adopted a resolution that encouraged the state to include some of those tracks. However, there is a public comment period open for a little while. I haven't done this yet, but tomorrow I intend to submit public comments on behalf of us, encouraging them to at least continue to include the 3 census tracts that we have. So if any of you are also interested, there's just a website where you can submit comments. I'd be happy to share that with any of you to submit as well. So with that, that's my report.
All right. Councilwoman Hooten, do you have anything to report?
I just wanted to give shout out to Calpine for sponsoring the drone show. I got to attend with my family and it was really fun. It was really cool. The kids really enjoyed it. I think everybody enjoyed it. And then I did want to share some really good news. Hopefully everyone's watching that likes to post and complain about things, but we have a sponsor for the pier at Redbud Park. So they're going to start doing some renovations to it so that we can get it back in a useful state.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'll add on to that. We're planning to buy the materials, and then North Coast Opportunities reached out to Public Works and they're offering the build crew to help do the work for us.
Love the
Save the
collaboration.
pier.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Councilman Kramer, is there anything to report?
I attended the APC.
Can you turn on your microphone, please?
I attended the APC and LTA meetings last week. And Councilwoman Wilson has kind of given me the incentive to actually reporting on part of it. So here's goes. Things that we discussed on a regular calendar was, one was a public hearing on approval of a resolution for regional housing needs and allocation. Something that's come by our council too, something that we didn't really like, that has been pushed, pardon me?
Those were the numbers, right?
Yeah, and they were, it's not something that we really wanted to do. But the state has really left no choice. If we did not support it, there'd be certain things that'd be taken away from.
Well, that's one item that is like the resolution that we're trying to, so at the Cal City Conference to
Right.
negate
To
that kind of.
Exactly, to overcome. So, but we felt like we had to approve it at this level. The second one was a discussion of a resolution approving the project list for the California State of Good Repair Program, which is basically, I think, I can't even read my writing. I know. It was basically, I think, an SBA 1 type thing, but we asked the funds that are allocated be allocated to the purchase of 5 new buses for the transit center program. And then the next one, discussion and approval of the First Amendment of our overall work program. And that was, we had a carryover of almost $338,000 was actually added to that overall work program. So that's a good thing. It's more money to do things here. And last, First Amendment, due to closing out the First Amendment to our budget for this year, was closing out the prior year's allocation. It actually added it actually brought it from like $6 million budget from like $6 million to over $14 million, which will go into improvements in Lake County. Then the Transit Authority meeting, SB 1, this is actually the SB 1 money is applying for the 5 new buses, going towards the 5 new buses. It won't buy them, but it was $123,626 that we're applying for in funds from SB 1 monies. Then the Urban Greening Grant Program, this was a good one. Basically, we're applying for monies from Prop 4, almost 2.5, or a little over $2.5 million for landscaping of this transit center when it does finally get built here in the next year or two. That's really nice. It'll make it look a lot better. It'll focus the use of it. So I think that's a good thing. And then fiscal year budget for LTA was increased slightly, basically, I think $2,500 of decrease in expenses actually. So that was a bit of a positive. So that was the APC and LTA meetings, and Mayor Salutin, you could probably add a lot to that. Next one, this morning, I went to a clerk finance committee meeting. And the reason I'm just bringing that up is because that their clerk has got 21 projects going in Lake County this year, almost $3 million contracted so far. 8 of those are in the city. Well, one of them is next to the city of Clearlake, but will improve the fire resiliency, it'll be a fuel reduction project. It has been completed already. And then there's 7 more that are all slated in the lower avenues, and plus the Rhodey property that we own, approximately 290 acres that will have fuel reduction projects, mastication or tree shade pruning. And these are, by the way, in conjunction with the city, with our code enforcement. There was a total of, I think the clerk sent out 1,500 requests to be able to enter ROIs. I think they got maybe half of them back, not even half. So those came back to them and now the city is going for the rest of them, and correct me again if I'm wrong, with actual warrants from code enforcement. That will tell them we're going on there to do the fuel reductions. I think probably our code enforcement's can also be involved as far as what reductions in garbage in some of them. So anyhow, it's a great deal. The lower avenues, as we know, have encountered 2 bad fires over the last 10 years. This will greatly help to reduce and protect that area, reduce the fire potential. So those are things that I think were important to report, and that's all I have.
Councilwoman Wilson.
I also attended the drone show and it made me smile. I like seeing Clearlake up in the sky like that. I attended the ribbon cutting ceremony last week, Monday, for the new daycare on Emerson. It's a beautiful new site. There's bilingual staff and 2 new classrooms, and I loved having a new sidewalk in front of it. On Sunday, I attended the concert in the park. I can't wait to find out what the actual figures are, but my estimate is it was well over 300 people. Do you have one?
Just under 900.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm way off.
So
Okay.
this is so great, but we're getting some momentum of having performances.
Right, and it was nice to see families arriving all night long. And there were kids playing soccer in the park while their families were watching the concert. So it was an awesome event. Attended the Clean Water Council meeting this afternoon. They completed a comprehensive management plan, which for most people would be boring, but it's gonna make it so that they know exactly what they're doing when during a year. They are working on a branded marketing plan and just released a car wash brochure that's to raise the awareness about the best practices about washing cars. I urge people to go pick one up because there are ways to wash your cars that don't impact the water as badly as others.
They should, the water companies put something out like that.
Yeah, so and they're doing one round of it to see how it's if it's doing the job that they want. There's a coastal cleanup day on September 19th from 9 to 12, but they haven't picked the locations yet. And I'd like to urge the city to consider hosting part of that cleanup, and we can contact them if we want to do that. They also shared an update on the logistics of the Lakeport Highway 175 cleanup. They are postponing part of that because it has something to do with traffic control. And if they used a private company rather than Caltrans, it was going to be $6,000 a day for the control. And by the time they got done, it would cost more than the cleanup did. So they're putting that off. There was another cleanup they did that, and I'm sorry, I do not know exactly where this cleanup was, but the figures are astounding that they picked up 150 cubic yards of trash from all areas, but 2,200 pounds of it was from an encampment, which is mind-boggling. And I don't know, are you reporting on Woodland today?
I could.
Well, okay, do you want to say how much we're up?
Yeah, just, for several years ago, Woodland College, the Lake County campus was on life support. They were losing students. But today, or just a couple of days ago, I was trying to sign up myself and couldn't for unknown reasons. But attendance is up. The latest number, what I heard, was 37%. That's over a third more students in there. That is so freaking awesome, because that's will bring our city nothing but good. So I went also to the daycare opening. 48 kids will be able to go there. So that's pretty awesome. And they obviously have a sliding scale of how much it costs depending on your income. And I also attended the APC meeting. And we were talking earlier about the resolution that I'm supposed to vote yes for in Cal City and Anaheim. That is exactly why we're doing that, because they give us, the state gives us numbers that housing that we're supposed to build that are totally irrational. I think I see Bruno smiling there. That's my report. Any future agenda items? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I got, she caught me off track. because-
She did. She got you out of order.
Yeah.
I don't have too much to report. I just attended the Recreations Committee meeting. So they're still planning to have another one of those Canocti climb races. It's gonna be the second Saturday in November. This year, the county has partnered up with Rotary in Lakeport. So I think that's a great collaboration. So hopefully, I'm really curious to see how that's gonna play out. The other thing too is I guess there's gonna be a new ad hoc committee formed for LC Trails, Lake County Trails Development Committee. So they're looking for people right now. So people of the community, council members. So if you're interested in being on that, you would reach out to Dawn. Yes. Another thing is we also formed another subcommittee, we formed a subcommittee within the Recreations Committee. And I got volunteered for that. But that's basically between, regarding Lakeport's pool and our Burns Valley Sports Complex. We're kind of just branching off from the Recreations Committee to kind of collab and figure out how we can get funding for both of those areas within the cities. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Somebody that wants to do over? Looks like Mary is drinking.
No, we
Suggested for.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
Future agenda items.
So it came up during the public comment that we're gonna put a sign on the senior center. And I don't know if it's an agenda item at some other time, but I just want to draw our attention back to that.
All right. Anything else? If not, meeting is adjourned. We'll move to closed session.